Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here on 2K Sports alongside Shaq and Kenny the Jet. The playoff picture coming into focus, but still a handful of games yet to be played.
Tell him sit down.
Thanks, David. And it's clear that Coach Yeager is a details guy, an impressive young coach. And here in the final leg of the season, Chris, you can just see how hard these teams are pushing and how the season is taking its toll. I think it's very evident.
That's what you have to like about sports, is that at the end of the year, whoever wins that championship, they deserve it because everybody's going to be banged up. Everybody's going to have their little dings and be, kind of hurt. No one is going to be 100% at the end of the season. And so right now, we're watching them definitely grind it out.
So you always have respect for the champion because you know just what they've had to go through. No season is perfect and no team is perfect.
Yes, I always have respect for the champions. Think of all the things we talked about, those 7-game road trips. How many is 82 games during the season?
The starting 5. Fox and Hield are the younger. Parker against Hill. And Aldridge slams it in.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your point guard. Parker distributing the ball wonderfully on that possession.
Hill kicks to Randolph. Game a loss to Memphis.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they performed.
In transition, here comes San Antonio, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Wow. Wasted possession. Thanks to what should have been a simple pass.
Kings have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Releases from 15. Not enough on that one as it misses.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
They call it old school. That's what it is when you watch Zach Randolph.
That's tipped. One-on-one here. And Aldridge slams it in.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Well, I love how they've done it. They built this huge lead with points in the paint, dominated physically.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Mono Ginobili. Skal Labissière's checked in for Sacramento. Fox comes in for Hill. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Bertans comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker. Sacramento also making some changes. Temple comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Bogdanovich in for Hield. Spurs on defense to the inside. Labissière, and he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And there's the pass to Bertans. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Sacramento.
And it was a versatile offense they featured. So many teams these days rely heavily on the 3-point shot, but they kept it balanced. The triple was still a big part of what they did, but it wasn't the only thing they did.
San Antonio making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Chris, you had some amazing years with the Kings. Thinking back on it, what was one of your favorite moments in this jersey?
Wow, clinching the West in 2002. Really thought that was going to be our year. Having my jersey retired by the team was pretty special as well. And, just the fans, when you're getting buckets in front of those fans, it's nothing like it. And so just the memories I have being part of the community of Sacramento.
Dishes at the Temple. Sacramento moving it around. Bogdanovich passes to Temple. 5 to shoot. Cauley Stein a screen. Shot, high post.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint. And you can see they're struggling from the field.
Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley Stein.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner and out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Number one, the Spurs.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
The Kings trail by 17. Fox dishes to Labissiere. Now, here's Fox. Defense is right there. And nothing is falling for him right now. Now, here's Mills. Guarded by Fox. And Anderson kicks to Green. There's the pick. Here's Bertans. Here's Laverne. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Oh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Laverne with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Mills with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 6 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich against Green. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Here's Bogdanovich. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for San Antonio. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. Well, not exactly a clue. There are a lot of players who seemingly have ice in their veins when the game is on the line. They do not blink. When you think about those kind of players, who might be the most mentally tough in the league right now?
Well, it's so hard to tell who really is mentally tough because you don't know what these guys are thinking. But I know who looks like just cold stone, just merciless players out there, and that's Kawhi Leonard because
Yes.
you never know. You know Kawhi is a nice guy, but, you know, he'll shoot a shot that'll end the game and then just give you such a cold look. And I think Isaiah Thomas is that way. I mean, I think so many players, of course, LeBron, Curry have been that way their whole career. But Kawhi Leonard seems to be that next coming of ice in his veins.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Sacramento, Labissiere and Cauley Stein are the big. Fox is out there at Bogdanovich. And it's Temple in at the 3 slot. Hill, he's checked in for Fox. And the Spurs with some changes. Saul comes in for Laverne. And it's Kawhi Leonard in for Bertans. The Kings also at the sub. Hield's checked in.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Sacramento making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Now Hield. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Kings trail by 17. Carter kicks to Labissiere. Randolph a screen. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hield's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Banked in off the glass.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the Pacers trading away the coveted George Hill. Going into last season, they wanted more of a passer at the point guard position.
And that's the one thing about Hill. He's more of a combo guard than a true point. He keeps his turnovers low, but as far as creating a ton of shots for his teammates, that's not really his game.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Hield kicks to Carter. Outside Hill. Labissiere, the screen. Up off the screen. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Carter against Leonard, and it's sent back by Aldridge, and they're able to recover.
Wow, he's really been dragging him down tonight.
Aldridge controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Spurs lead by 18.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Timeout called by the Kings. Nice game, great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
The D has no answer for him inside, and they better figure him out soon if they want to win this.
If you put one of these guys on the stripe, boy, you better just chalk up the points. These are the top free throw shooters since the All-Star break. Number 1, LaMarcus Aldridge.
And one look at his numbers since the break, and you can see how comfortable he's been at the foul line.
And Parker comes with the help. Just 5 to shoot. Labissiere, the screen. That doesn't go either for Carter.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Chance now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Bogdanovich.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Here's Labissiere, and Labissiere throws it down.
Love seeing the big man take it strong to the rack, looking extremely agile.
Leonard attacking.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. That's tipped. Parker passes to Leonard. Goes up. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Hield dishes to Labissiere. Rebound by Parker.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
The Spurs have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And that one falls for LaMarcus Aldridge. A different look now for San Antonio. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis Bertans comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Skal Labissiere. Temple comes in for Vince Carter. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Hield. And it's Fox in for George Hill. And Laverne kicks to Aldridge. And the basket is good. Aldridge has got 6 here in this quarter.
And beginning to pull away. Really effective play calling halfway through this one.
Well, they figured out what's working, and that's what they're going to keep hammering on.
He got right to the cup using that screen.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Mills, he's checked in for the Spurs. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Fox kicks to Randolph. 29 seconds left now here in the second. Temple, the pass to Randolph. Over Aldridge. Randolph can't hit.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bogdanovich against Green. Bertans kicks to Aldridge. And here is Fox. 2 on the clock. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Ernie
Show.
Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. LaMarcus Aldridge was the story in the first quarter. He had 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been Spurs leading by 22. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
And now this game is becoming a showcase for Aldridge. He's been out of control, a one-man team. Now it's just a matter of getting him the ball and getting out of his way.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Hill. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 6. Randolph kicks to Hill. So often there are some players who have one unstoppable move or something that they'll lean on if their team needs a basket. What did you feel your go-to move was when you were playing?
You know, I've said this many times. I just felt like my go-to move was just get a bucket. And so it depended on where I was on the floor. You know, I love the jump hook from the left block looking in. My 15-foot jumper, 17-foot jumper. I felt that if I came off a pick and roll and I caught the ball live, I could drive or I could shoot the jumper that if you were a big fella, you were at my mercy. And so, you know, those were really my spots on the floor to really try to do damage. So, you know, it's just about the point guard, the team that you're playing with, where shooters are on the floor in case you get double teamed, and just kind of knowing your game. And so I felt comfortable on many spots on the floor, and depending on what spot on the floor, time and possession, that's where I was going to go and just try to be successful.
I always felt you read well. You reacted well after your read.
Yeah, because, you know, I grew up on teams where coaches, you know, would want me to do the correct play, and just because you can shoot a jump hook, your favorite shot over 2 people, but if you have a wide open, great knockdown shooter in the corner, you're supposed to make that pass. And so that's what I mean about, you know, what's your favorite move. It really depends on where I was, because a lot of times it was to get my shot first, and then if I knew the defense was coming, it was to identify where that next guy was going to be. So if I didn't score, I was going to get the ball to the guy that was. And it was an easy way to kind of control the pace and play from the game from that post position.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Parker kicks to Gasol. Sacramento grabs the miss.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
Passes it to Hield. Feeds to Carter. Randolph, a screen on Leonard. Here's Carter, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Carter's got his first basket of the night.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Well, he created a little separation from that mid-range. Just a good shot for him in that situation.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
They get a hand on it. Out of bounds. Kings ball as Sacramento keeps possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats here for George Hill. He's really producing here second half of the season. He's around 14 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis Bertans comes in for Leonard. Danny Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Parker. Sacramento also making some changes. Garrett Temple has checked in for Carter. Bogdanovich comes in for Hield. And it's Fox in for Hill. Sacramento's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Temple kicks to Fox. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. No good on the three. For San Antonio, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Gay passes to Bertans. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. Number 5, the Spurs.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Oh, and when Labissiere is that close to the bucket, I mean, the D is done for light.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
And as Rudy Gay enters the back half of his career, I would think that his role on a team will start to change. Chris, he always will be able to provide points. As we have seen with some vets, he could transition to being an elite sixth man.
Well, it's all about Gay's size. I mean, the Spurs saw that. He still has a lot to offer. That's why they made the move for him. They went hard after him. He's going to be another offensive option off that bench, and he brings athleticism to a team with not much athletic ability.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And Bogdanovich kicks to Temple. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Greg, you ask a lot of GMs. De'Aaron Fox, probably the fastest player in this year's rookie class.
And he plays at one speed. That's lightning. I mean, he's got speed to burn. And maybe not quite as fast as, say, John Wall, but he isn't far behind. He uses that quickness well also in terms of just busting seams on the offense. And at the other end, he can be an outstanding defender as he was at Kentucky.
They set the screen. Here's Bertans, gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Bertans got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Labissiere with the screen for Fox. From outside, off the mark. Pass to Bertans. No good. And so it's San Antonio, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Here's Fox, and a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Labissiere and Cauley-Stein the bigs. Bogdanovich out there with Fox, and it's Temple in at the small forward position.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them, and just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Here's Fox. Laverne grabs the miss. Laverne's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Green kicks to Anderson. Knocked away. And now Sacramento on the break. Temple gets the bucket.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Yeah, while he's taking off, no one on the other side reacts. They give up the easy points.
Here's Bogdanovich. They grab their own miss. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Anderson. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fox kicks to Labissiere. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley-Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
Mills in the corner. To the middle, here's Anderson. The 6-footer's good. Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership just follow that on the court. We bring that to today with a guy like a John Wall. It's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different, but it's a lot of fun watching, because when they get to that point, you've definitely seen some development and growth from them mentally and physically when you know they've taken over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good insight. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too. So we'll see Zach Randolph go to the line here. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge. So both teams making some changes here. And Chris, during your playing days, you were on some incredibly talented teams and also some teams that were destined to come up short, so to speak. How big was the difference in the culture between a team who might contend for a title and the culture of a team that is just trying to grow and become a good team?
You can tell the minute that you walk into an organization which team that you're playing for, whether it's a team finding identity or a team that believes in themselves. And it's a big difference. It's a difference in the way that the winners approach every day. It's a difference in the way that you take your job serious, or that you approach the small things and pay attention to the details. And so you notice when you're in a good culture and a bad culture, and it all starts at the top. And hopefully, if you're fortunate to stay in this league a long time, long enough, you'll be around the right culture. But the right culture is just doing all the positive things when no one is watching, and then hoping for great results. And when you do that, I think you're in a great culture.
The shot's good from Forbes.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for San Antonio.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Aldridge.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Well, a well-earned victory, feeding off the energy of this hometown crowd really all night.
Randall. Aldridge down low. Can't hit from in close. And Hill has it in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Oh, yeah, this is a nice run here, but too little too late. And deep down, I think they know it.
Here's Aldridge. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Two shots. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both. Now, here's Fox. And stolen by Murray. To the inside. And Aldridge slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a...
It's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but